Countdown. We are live. Hello, I'm Willie Bragg. Welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show, and I hope this day finds you well. You ever heard of the expression, better late than never, or it's a bit too late? Well, it seems to be catching around like a little virus. People doing things just a little bit too late, or catching a hint too late. I'll give you some examples. I have been very critical, especially since forced to vote, or the decision not to use forced to vote by the squad back in the early months of 2021 to try to for them not to pressure Nancy Pelosi into doing a vote for Medicare for all. Because they didn't want to go and then rock the boat. They didn't want to go and make trouble for Nancy Pelosi. And this is what we sent in the squad for. This is exactly the purpose, to come in there and to stir shit up. To be a wrecking ball in the same way that the Tea Party was a wrecking ball, but do it for the left, not the bullshit right. Remember when the Tea Party came in, John Boehner they drove John Boehner bonkers. And even the MAGA caucus, the Matthew Cawthorn from North Carolina, and Matt Gaetz from Florida, and Lauren Boebert from Colorado, and crazy Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia are driving Kevin McCarthy, who may become Speaker of the House in a few months, by the beginning of next year. He very well might be the next Speaker of the House. Even before he's Speaker of the House, they're driving him nuts. Except they're driving him nuts with kooky things. And the progressives, the real progressives that we sent in there, the squad, do nothing. And we're very upset. And I'm going to get to Anna Kasparian in just a second, because this is connected with that. It's very connected with what's been going on. Because, no force to vote, keeping the powder dry for maybe raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Fair enough. I still think it was a stupid decision. Medicare for all, to me, is more important than raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. But we do need to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Hell, we need to raise it to $20 an hour at this point and tie it to the cost of inflation. So a living wage remains a living wage. No fucking $15 an hour. No Protect the Right to Organize Act. Nothing. We've seen nothing. Keeping the faith. Everybody told me, you need to go and vote for Joe Biden. So, vote harder and vote for Joe Biden. I almost did. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I voted third party like I normally do. And the Anna Kasparians of the world, and the Young Turks of the world, and the Majority Reports of the world. I mean, their politics isn't bad, really. But their tactics are pretty shitty. Not just vote for the Democrats, vote harder. Yeah, you can go and wag your finger saying corporate Democrats bad. Whisper it, I guess. And then tell Jimmy Dore you're being divisive. Which I'm not defending Jimmy Dore. I got some criticism of Jimmy Dore too. But the point is that she finally got it the other day. She finally got it. And the thought that came to my head when this happened, the thought that came into my head was like, oh, Anna, talk dirty to me some more. I'll show you what I mean. Listen up, folks.
If we're going to sit around and wait for our elected lawmakers to protect us from these religious zealots and these right-wing authoritarians, man, we have another thing coming. How many times do we need to be disappointed by them? I'm done with them. And personally, I don't speak for everyone in this network. I want to be clear. I'm speaking for myself. I'm done with them completely. The Democratic Party, every single one of them, that includes the squad, I don't care anymore. They have not delivered. They have not delivered. I'm done. Okay. It's time to organize, create organizations that get women and get people in this country what they need. People who are willing to pick up the slack for these disgusting, feckless, corrupt politicians. That's what we need to focus on.
And you know what? That was a beautiful rant. And I mean, I even think she's sincere, but it's a bit too late. Just like AOC in the last minute, going out there to help Nina Turner. Okay, she did it, 12 hours or a day before, 24 hours or something like that in the last minute, covering her ass with the Progressive Caucus, which the Progressive Caucus is dead in my eyes now. I don't fuck the House Progressive Caucus as an institution, but I think she went out there to go and campaign for Nina Turner because it was safe to do it then. Better late than never, like Crystal Ball said on Twitter, but didn't really help Nina Turner, and then AOC, she finally decided to go and embrace Chris Smalls and help with Amazon workers and with Amazon Labor Union. Great, that's wonderful. Where the fuck was she the first time around? I mean, I've been tough on AOC. I'm glad she's finally doing something. She got some pushback on the left. It's a little too late. Better late than never. Same thing with Anna Kasparian. She finally gets it. It's a little bit too late. Better than never. Late than never. And I was listening to Jimmy Dore, his take on it. And he was basically saying, well, she's still a Democrat. Oh, of course. She's still there. She'll probably vote for Democrats next time. Of course. I don't think that she'll vote straight ticket Democrat like she used to, and give her credit. She did vote for Bernie Sanders as a write-in. But Jimmy, I got some criticisms for you too, buddy. You chose a candidate for president in 2020, 2019, 2020. I mean, seriously. Really. You chose. I mean, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. Please don't. Because, I mean, I liked her too in the very beginning. I wanted her to be Bernie Sanders' running mate. As I said, don't get it twisted. But I learned my lesson seeing her lately on Fox. And I'm pissed. Feel betrayed. But hold on a second here. Damn it. Let me get the thing going. And I got it on the wrong screen. Give me a moment here. Sorry. Let me get the thing on the screen because I'm getting to Tulsi Gabbard right now. Spoiler alert. Right here. There we go. And I got to take care of this to avoid an echo. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. One more time. Ha. Image. Here we go. Tulsi Gabbard was horrible on Medicare for All. I mean, her Medicare for All was kind of like the Pete Buttigieg Medicare for All, the Elizabeth Warren Medicare for All. It's just kind of like basically Obamacare plus. It's better than any Republican plan. Maybe her foreign policy when she was running in 2020 was better than Bernie Sanders. But, here's the thing. She's horrible now. And she goes on Tucker Carlson, she sounds okay on foreign policy. But then she goes on Sean Hannity and she sounds like some moron from the Heritage Foundation. So, Jimmy, you fucked up supporting Tulsi Gabbard over Bernie Sanders. I know Bernie Sanders isn't perfect, but when you kind of balance it all out, maybe Anna Kasparian fucked up talking to what's her name, Madeleine Albright, buddying up with her, and her critique of Aaron Maté last year, she was out of line on that, and she's made a lot of mistakes. You did too, my friend. You did too. I mean, as I said, Tulsi Gabbard was your mistake. You didn't know it. I didn't know it any better. She was my second choice at that time. And and the thing, it's not even entirely Tulsi Gabbard's fault. I mean, I blame it on Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was the one that kind of started this whole thing, and a lot of useful idiots, corporate Democrats, and even half of the progressive movement decided to go and shit on Tulsi Gabbard, and Tulsi Gabbard found a receptive audience in the right, and she went there, and money was lucrative, and that's where she's at, and it looks like that's where she's at right now. But the point I'm trying to make is, while you're criticizing the Young Turks and criticizing Kyle Kalinske and criticizing all these other online leftists, for Bernie Sanders, you fucked up by getting behind Tulsi Gabbard, and you're correct about the Democratic Party, but your People's Party is a joke. And I'm saying this, I mean, I'm more patient with you than some other folks on the left. So, but I listened to your critique of Anna Kasparian. I mean, I agree with most of it, but here's the thing: one, you shouldn't have rubbed it in, and two, it's not like you didn't make any mistakes either. So, that's basically what I have to say about that. But here's the thing: if Anna Kasparian is sincere, I mean, like if this is where her heart is, and she's wearing her heart on her sleeve, and she's going to do this. I think that maybe the left, the real left. I mean, she's a leftist in her own way. I mean, but the people on the left that's been critical of her may need to rethink about her. But if she's doing this as performative and doing this to grift herself, just kind of kind of be watchful in that regard too. In other words, just observe and with a critical eye, because a lot of people do like to act. And so anyway, that's kind of my take on that too. So what I'm basically saying is that what has the squad done? I think the squad wants to do more, but they're going to have to do better. Because, as I said, it's an imminent bloodbath that's going on in November. And, what's fucked up about it is, it's going to be, let me tell you how bad this shit's going to be, because it's going to be really bad. Because I go back to the story with this story because this actually comes close to home. This meme here, an inconvenient truth. And this inconvenient truth is how Bill and Hillary Clinton, how progressive they are. And they were the founders of the Democratic Leadership Council. And the whole point, which was to exterminate the progressive movement. And they've done a very good job of it. And, and Bernie Sanders, for better and worse, was a thorn to the accomplishments of the Democratic Leadership Council. And, I would love to see everything that the Democratic Leadership Council ever done destroyed in its legacy. And that, I don't know if that was what the intention of the Young Turks were when they came into radio in 2002, onto YouTube in 2005. But they were trying to be a sincere progressive movement back then. And they were a legitimate independent voice for many years until Trump derangement syndrome poisoned their minds. I mean, I'm not even mad at them anymore. I was mad at them last year when all this bullshit happened with Aaron Minte, and they were in the wrong. They were mostly in the wrong of everybody involved. But I'm no longer mad at them. I mean, we're just America is. It's just where the exceptionalism is. I mean, what they call American exceptionalism, a negative American exceptionalism. And we're just in a right-wing Overton window tilt in our discourse. And it drives us leftists crazy all across the left, and we can't get anything done, and we're all fucking frustrated as hell. And that's why I went on my little rant yesterday. I don't know what the fuck to do sometimes. But whether Anna Kasparian was sincere or not, and that remains to be seen, I did welcome it in the sense that, I hope that activists, whatever path they take, if they're going to insist on working in the Democratic Party, I don't mean vote harder for Democrats per se, but those who are trying to promote the squad and work within entities like Justice Democrats, DSA, to try to go and to put pressure on the squad if you think it can be done, and put pressure on people who are allies, you could say, of the squad in Congress, friendly toward the squad. Put the pressure on them. You need to. And I hope it works. That's all I can say. I mean, I have no dog in this fight. I mean, this hunt. I mean, there's no dog in this fight for me. I live in fucking North Carolina. The Democrats are as horrible as the Republicans in a lot of ways. None of them really are pro-union. You can't get them to support even a public option, except they might whisper it. Yeah. We're going to go and work on the Affordable Care Act. Maybe a public option. And they'll whisper it like they're ashamed of it. I mean, that's the best you'll get out of them down here. They're pretty damn sorry. So, I know how I'm voting in November. I mean, there is a Green Party candidate that I'm prepared to vote for U.S. Senate. And I'm going to see what my options are, in for other offices, and it looks like I may skip if everybody's pretty bad. But I'm not going to keep yammering on and on. But I'm just going to say that I thought it was interesting, and I just thought I'd share my thoughts on that. And we got to go and put a stop to the right, the center right, and the far right. We all know who the far right is, the Republican Party. But there is another right, and that's the Democratic Party. Chris Hedges said it best. You put the Democratic Party in a European country, it becomes just it becomes another right-wing party to the right of the center right in Europe, in most Western countries. The Democratic Party would be to the right. It's the most right-wing of the center right in the Western world that passed for center left here in America. That's how fucked up it is, folks. That's how fucked up it is. Anyway, if you like what you heard, please press like, because when you press like, it helps with the algorithms. Comment, and we'll have a conversation, whether you like what I had to say or not. What I was going to say, feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we're, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and remember, let's wage class warfare. We got to do something, folks. This income inequality has got to be put to a stop. So, wage class warfare, protect the First Amendment, freedom of the press, free speech. And remember this, we're all Julian Assange. Let me just conclude by saying once again, music.